Hey everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with the Hat Boy.
You have to have the head to wear the hat. It's me, Mr. O, the true star and wizard of the show.
And me, Banshee. Welcome to our campy show. Just kidding. Um, welcome. I hope everybody had a wonderful Valentine's Day yesterday. And if you missed our little love letter video to everybody, do check
Hi,
that out.
Ari.
You know,
Were your ears buzzing a moment ago?
Before we started the show, Ari, he said, okay, we're ready to start. Can Ari be far behind? And I knew you'd be here. Now all we need is Kara. Where's Kara? Oh, that's right. Sunny's not here. Hey, he's got the head to wear it. He definitely does.
And as many people know, Fiber Magic, who comes to our shows, made this. And she does custom work too. So fibermagic with a K.com. We love their work.
All right, well, we're going to start off with a card for the collective. And of course, I'll be reading from the Tao Oracle, Madhava Padma. Just as a spoiler alert, I just finished doing the card for the collective that goes out on social media, and it was from this deck. And it's Chinese New Year. I wanted to get something with more an Asian or that part of the world feel. And let's see what we get. I'm going to let Mr. O pick out one at random. They're always read upright. And there's some keywords on the card you might want to read, Mr. O, as well as give me the number. You will do that, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a very profound deck. And so, Jackie, I noticed you wanted an oracle reading. So this is in the mix for that. And also something called the Resurrection Oracle, which says, welcome to your life. A couple of the new ones I have. Oh, I mean, they're not new, but that I brought out.
Nothing up the sleeves.
Were you waiting for me to be quiet just so you could say that?
You better believe it, because you talk so much.
Touche.
Sometimes.
Well, that's interesting.
Is it?
What is it? The cosmos?
The creative.
Creator. And it's number 1, isn't it?
Number 1 with a bullet.
Did you read those keywords on it?
No, I didn't. But I will now. The active yang principle.
Yeah.
Strength, tenacity, dynamisms. What the hell's that?
Dynamism?
Yes, my eyes are failing me. Inspirations, heaven, masculinity, authority.
So it reminds me,
Father.
obviously, of the Magician card in the tarot, too. But let's see what she has to say, and then I'll go into it a little bit more with you all. The creative represents ultimate potential. It only manifests in an atmosphere of receptivity, so charged that the quickening flash of inspiration can arc across it. In ancient China, this potentiality, brimming on the point of being, was accorded the highest respect and was attributed to heaven. And could you keep up with the list if new people come in while I'm doing this?
No.
Okay. Known as the dragon power, it was depicted as an illumined dragon, continuously twisting in the darkness of the void. In the West, it has been called the hand of God that creates all things. Because its very nature is the lack of a fixed form, the enormous energy of the creative is undefinable. This is the primary active force that is spontaneous and unpredictable, untiring in nature, and that is eternally in motion, effecting change. So this is telling us to remain, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit because they go on. It's a really great book, though. Basically, it's about remaining with an attitude of openness, being able to move with the twists and turns that life has to offer. When expectations are dropped, we're able to yield to and be transformed by what comes from heaven. If that receptivity, in that receptivity, we become available for the creative to descend. Though its potency is everything is made manifest. The entire universe is governed by its principles across all dimensions, from the molecular to the cosmic. The creative is yang energy, the active principle balancing, the receptive, the yin principle. Their entwined harmony is depicted as the yin-yang symbol. They are utterly independent and can never be separated. The mighty force must also have something to act upon and inspire into being. So basically, this moment is ripe with potential, and it's emphasizing male dynamic, highlighting energetic moving forward, expansiveness, tenacity. Heaven wants to work through you, and it requires fortitude to channel that energy for the greater good. To operate freely, this principle relies, though, upon the yielding receptivity of the yin feminine principle. Nothing will cause it to retreat faster than rigidity that masks as power. And I am honestly just going to stop here with that. You know, to be creative, you have to be able to go where it takes you sometimes. When you're creative, if you decide to put a block on where that... I personally have had to force myself now to write every darn thing down, you know, that I am thinking about. Or when I don't, I'm very disappointed because you miss something that could be very vital. Don't rule anything out, and go and try to go with the flow and see where it's going to take you. There'll be time for modifications and adjustments later, but if we're constantly trying to edit ourselves along the creative process, whatever we're trying to create in life, whether it's a creative thing or something else, we block, you know, it from coming through.
Except for me, I hack it out.
He hacks it out. Well, but that is you. But that is you following the creative principles, sir.
Okay.
I mean, if you're just going with stream of thought, of course you don't edit yourself later, but when you just go with stream of thought, you know, you're getting all those ideas in play. And from there, you can then work your magic. You know, I bought a deck from somebody against my better judgment in a way, because I'm trying to avoid AI decks. But when this guy explained how he used it as a personal tool and not stealing anything from anybody else, he fed it his own creative impulses and then took what it gave him and he tweaked it to his specifications. I said, I got to check this deck out. He's a consummate artist otherwise, and it sounded like a worthy experiment. So that's what I'm saying here. Sometimes we have to dabble, experiment, and allow that creative energy to burst forth. And then we can make of it what we will. So good luck with that. I know that was a bit long. And Jackie, you see what you're in for here if you pick this one. But it is, you know, the Lunar New Year coming, so I thought I would keep it out.
Hey, do you have a cough drop nearby?
Yeah, I do. I see. Has Angel arrived?
Yes.
You didn't update the list. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Much. Hi, Angel Rivera.
I did greet him.
Anyway, the deck that I'm talking about, I had to get it directly from the artist because it sold out the one place that had it. It's called The Invisible Order Oracle, and it is very dystopian. It's going to be a real interesting oracle. And very much with today's energy, I would say. The energy of our world today. All right, I don't have Aries' question, and I got to get Angel on the list. Let me do that. And Mr. O, your deck is first anyway, but now that I have Angel on the list, I will publish it. Wait, you know what? She wants an oracle. Do you have an oracle?
No, I don't. Is it Lena or?
Oh, it's Lena first. You're right. It's Lena first. You can go first then. Perfect.
Thank
Sorry about
you.
that.
And that's about finances or something?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting it. I thought you said you could find it right away. General on finances.
All right.
I have Ina. That's funny. It's Lena. Sorry, I cut that off, Lena. We know you're here.
Thank you, Lena. Okay, the Eight of Cups is reversed.
Eight of Cups, sorry.
The Three of Cups is upright. And then the Four of Wands is reversed, which
Three
is
of
not.
Cups is upright and the Four of Wands is reversed.
Eight of Cups is reversed.
that.
Three of Cups is upright. Four of Wands is
That
reversed.
was the one I asked about. Thank you.
I know this feeling.
I knew the rest of it. All right.
I know that feeling.
Well, Lena, it may be. You know, when I see the Eight of Cups reversed, I'm kind of thinking to myself that things are going to be kind of stagnant or stay where they are for a while. I'm not seeing immediate movement. I think here with the Three of Cups, it might be indicating to me that either through, support from others in some way, like maybe people giving you tips on how to manage your money better or how to make more money. Maybe they give you a tip on where to find a better paying job, something like that you should go apply for. That may be useful and helpful to you, and you might, that might be a scenario that will happen. And it's funny because Mercury is going to be going retrograde by the end of this month, and so I do think things are going to, like this, are going to start slowing down a bit. I'm going to stop with those two cards.
Okay, so in general, you may feel like you're sort of disappointed in not being able to move ahead in one particular area that maybe is where you feel or care enough about where you're going financially that you feel it might be advantageous to focus there. But for some reason, you're feeling like maybe something is telling you you can't quite get there right now. And so there's a sense of disappointment about that. But it's not saying that it won't get there eventually. And then you have the Three of Cups. And so I almost get the feeling like this could be involved in a collaboration either with good friends where it looks like it's an opportunity where you may be able to pull resources somehow to affect this, or it's about a situation that you feel really drawn to, that you feel you would have a chance of investing in it somehow to create a better financial prospect. So that's what I see with the Three of Cups and with the Eight reversed.
All right, so you didn't go to a four. So I
No.
think that things will not be bad for you, but they aren't necessarily, at this point from what I see, moving forward. The Four of Wands reversed just may indicate to me that you're going to have to focus more right now on shoring up, your financial situation as best you can. In other words, either finding ways to save more money or finding ways to cut your expenses, so you can make your ends meet more comfortably. That's sort of what I'm seeing there.
So when I look at that, I almost wonder if that means too that in some ways you can improve finances by focusing on ways of saving money or investing in your home or in your home life, and that somehow, like for example, being able to not eat out as much or work with more of a budgeted meal plan or other kinds of, additions to the home or expenses for the home, finding ways to maybe get that to be cheaper or to better for your finances. So in the Lenormand, Banshee shows us that the fox has arrived, as well as the anchor.
This kind of ties into what I was saying a bit, Lena, that, like if you're expecting anything big to happen at work or more money to come from there, I'm not sure it is. But I will say this, that it is a stable, secure place to remain right now until you find a better opportunity or choice. It just seems like the anchor is put down and you're in a stable place. It may not be the best financially for you, but it's better than nothing, right? It may be better than, any instability or insecurity that may be going on in your country, in your neck of the woods. So you might want to stay put, but look for ways to, I think right now for the interim, it's look for ways to shore up your finances, and also look to others to see if they have any ideas of, where you might be able to find a better job opportunity.
So I'm almost feeling like this is saying that you should try to work with business or business situations that, like I said before, possibly involve friends, maybe good friends, but that maybe your best prospects will be sticking with what you're at now or with things that you feel you're familiar enough with. That anchor wants you to kind of stay closer to the home biz or the home base in some respect. So this could be saying that during this next time period, and we weren't very specific, but it could be saying that a change of a job or investments in something really different are probably not in your best prospects. So I'm just sort of seeing like you should say anchor to more familiar business strategies or possibilities. A new job may not work out for you in the long run, depending, check it out. Really good.
Well, by all means, people can steer you places, but you will have to check them out. It never hurts to interview places and get the feel. You can always say no. You can always say no. So good luck with that.
Good luck, Lena.
All right, we are on Jackie, who wanted an oracle. And hi, Kara. Do you like our little new system here for keeping Sunny out of my way?
We hope.
Well, it won't
Don't
always
jinx
work.
it too much.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for reminding me. Don't jinx myself. So, Jackie, do you have a preference for oracle? Let me do the resurrection one for you. We'll try that one. Unless you said otherwise and I missed it. All right. Let's do that. Because this Tao one can be wordy. It's a really great oracle, though. I love it.
All right. Cool. Thanks, Jackie.
All right.
As soon as I'm done with this cough drop, I want to eat a cookie or something.
Yes, we had 2 heart cookies left from our little presentation yesterday. So 2 hearts are better than 1 when I get my fair share.
Right. And if you want to, get into the spirit of, affirmations and sending love to the world, view our Valentine's video, chat along with us. We put it right there on the screen. Just wishing for, peace and love and a better world. So mote it be.
Okay, number 31. It's about finding your niche. Your niche, where you belong. Where's your niche in life?
That is a pretty card.
What did I say it was? 4?
31?
30. Yes, finding your niche. Do what you love. And you know what? It was reversed when I picked it up. I didn't realize this. This does have reversals. So I have to read it reverse.
Okay.
Do what you love. But it's saying here, are you a jack of all trades, master of none? That is absolutely fabulous, because the entire saying is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. And that, I didn't even know that. I guess I never knew that. Maybe there are many things you love doing and are good at, which means you can then offer this world many brilliant things. You have honored yourself in such a wonderful way. People, perhaps you are the total opposite of this and feel clumsy and awkward trying new things. Maybe yours is more of an academic talent. When you find your niche, it will feel almost natural, like something you didn't realize that you were even missing out on. Take your time, don't force it, and have patience. And you know what? I have been too. I mean, in library land, I didn't just settle. I mean, I got pigeonholed in my last job to just mostly be cataloging. But of course, even then, I branched out and did various committee work and various extracurricular things that gave me more knowledge and experience in leadership and other things. But, I love to dabble in it all. And as a paraprofessional, it served me well. I was able to pick my choices of what I wanted to do and what jobs were available. I had experience in interlibrary loan, in circulation, in sitting on an information desk, in doing some searching, and just all the various things that makes up library work, cataloging the books. So it's valuable to be a jack of all trades. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Master of none. You can always focus your attention on what you're the best at, but you don't have to stay there, because the world is fun to explore. And if you love the job and the career path that you are on, maybe you want to explore just about every aspect of it.
Well, one perspective is the jack of all trades, but another perspective is the Renaissance person, the Renaissance man or woman who has a command over a number of liberal art kind of disciplines, is well read, can speak to literature quotations or philosophical quotations, understands the humanities in art. There is nothing wrong with that. So let me throw a Lenormand or two.
Okay.
Oh, it's the fish and the star.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, that is almost perfect for this card. I mean, it could mean abundance and money and happy times ahead. I won't rule that out. But, if it fits with the Oracle card, it fits. And what it's telling me is, you're very enthusiastic when you can spread yourself out there and do all these varieties of different things, Jackie. It makes you feel happy. It makes you feel more enthusiastic about life. And, you always have something more to look forward to. The fish is about abundance, right? So the more you do, more different things that you do, the more diverse things you swim towards, it makes you happy.
In a way, that school of fish is like another kind of analogy to the jack of all trades, just many currents or many ways of flowing. And so the star sort of gives that perspective of saying, these are all those kind of things that I can have input into, that I can kind of see the destiny of moving with those flows.
Interesting read, Jackie. Good luck with that. I like it. I like all of her decks too, but I've kind of cut back on my oracles, even though I'm getting that one. Cookie time. Oh, they're so crummy though. Make sure you get them on the
they are
plate.
anything but crummy.
Well,
Oh,
I
you
mean
mean
crumby,
crumbly.
crumby, crumbs falling off.
Crumbly.
You know.
You're welcome.
I have my Lenormand here. I think these are yours.
Don't get smarmy with me.
Anyway, all right, let's move on. We are on. Good grief, where's my list? Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
I couldn't wait any longer for it.
Well, you've got a break while I put the list out there. Because it's going to be your deck.
All right.
And here, I'm going to post Shirley's question.
Let's see. What do I want to do?
Hold on. Here it comes. Doo-doo-doo. Hey, you have more time. Oh, why'd it go over? Okay. Oh, because I put her name in. It's basically, or if we come together in friendship or more than friendship, or will it alter my work and ambitions? Ambitions was
All
the
right.
last card.
I'm going to use the Final Rose Tarot, which
wow.
is named, it's appropriate for Valentine's month, Super Tarot Love Month. It's named after a bachelorette dating show from a few years back. The final rose was, I guess, the symbol or token of the person that ends up winning, I think. Anyway, it's kind of a fun deck. A lot of pinks and reds in it.
Just have to remember what's what with the suits.
I think I got that down.
You've got it down, and that's all that counts, because that'll keep me in line.
You got it.
Okay. I'm going to spend time at a festival in, we're not reading there, we're just going for the day on Friday to Convocation 2026. Devin Hunter will be there. I don't know if he's doing anything. He is doing something that day. I'm not sure I'm into it or not. I'll have to look into it more. And other notable people. Go ahead.
So our first card is the Eight of Wands.
Gina!
Hi, Gina.
Yes, Gina. Isn't this awesome?
No, I'm sorry. That's the Nine of Wands.
I have table space now. The Nine of Wands? Okay.
Hello, boss. What's up? Smile for Gina.
Everybody except the person I really bought it for, Sassy, has been on this thing. Shadow's been on it. There's two tiers. There's one below the table you can't see, and then a platform underneath that.
It's the reverse Four of Cups. And the reversed Eight of Pentacles. He does.
Okay.
So,
hold on. Go ahead.
What does he really want in all sincerity? Will things work out, whether it's friendship or more than friendship, or will it alter your work? Okay. So the Nine of Wands is called the Nine of Roses in this deck, and it's also subtitled Meeting the Parents. And so it's sort of like a sense of being prepared, of course, to meet the parents, but maybe it's saying, be prepared for something that maybe has to steal your nerves a little bit. So like maybe this is saying there is a sense of more than meets the eye, with the possibility of this being a friendship or more, that it may call upon a certain sense of alertness or of feeling like you need to be prepared for something. Wariness. Maybe this is saying that to some degree, either of you need to be a little wary about where it could go with each other. Do you want to take a stab?
The Nine of Wands is upright, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, it's just, make sure you are prepared for whatever comes your way with this one. One way or another. In other words, if you're really hoping this will develop into something, try just kind of dial down the temperature on everything and really get to know and study this person well so that you are prepared to take this in the direction that's right for you. You know, this is often about preparation for battle. I like to think, too, it's preparation for tests or exams sometimes. And in, you know, where maybe relationships are concerned, this, whether it's friendship or otherwise, this is just really about the idea. Make sure you study this well. Make sure you're, you know, then you'll know what actions are required.
Do you get that a little bit from the Four of Cups reversed?
Well, I didn't, but it fits in there.
Yeah, it
doesn't
does,
it?
doesn't it?
It
That's kind of
does.
interesting because that's the next card.
Mm-hmm.
And so that does sort of say that there's something that is appealing enough for you to want to listen to this. But yes, it behooves you to really, you know, do some amount of checking it out, or not leaping to the occasion, but maybe taking a more measured step towards, you know, whatever happens.
The Four of Cups reversed is like, don't miss out on this opportunity. See where it's going to take you. I mean, um, whether it moves fast or it moves slow, just let it, you know, let it be in its own time. It's easy to get bored or distracted or diverge from, you know, this. Don't let that happen. And yeah, I understand your worries about work and your ambitions. So make it clear, you know, set some boundaries here. That, you know, and I think sometimes the Four of Cups is about that. Like there's too much on somebody's plate and you kind of have to tell people no sometimes. And so be prepared to do that if necessary. Make sure, and that will ensure that this person realizes you have a life too that's important to you.
So that final card is the reversed Eight of Pentacles.
The reversed Eight of Pentacles, well, I'm not sure. Let me look at the question again while you go ahead with that if you want.
Well, it may be a slight echo or ripple from the first card, the sense of maybe not being quite prepared or not understanding exactly how to move forward or how or what steps to take. It sort of seems like, you know, to some degree, maybe some of this catches you off guard, and so you're not exactly following your usual plan or a plan, you know, maybe that you feel, you know, totally, you know, works for you. You might be improvising a little bit, in other words, perhaps.
Well, the way I look at that card being in the final spot here is it's only going to work if you both work at it, okay? And if you're both willing to work with each other's, you know, expectations and needs. So that's sort of the admonition of the last card because it's reversed. So really, you both are going to have to give and take in order to make this work, and you're going to both have to work on that. So let's take a look here.
It's the tree. And it's the garden.
Well, you know, this is another interesting combination to me, but only because I'm taking it kind of literally here, because you've got a tree and you've got a garden, and each can grow right with the proper care or the proper environment, right? You know, if the tree doesn't get enough water or nutrients or, you know, sunlight, it may not make it. You know, but in a garden, you know, if you want a garden to survive and thrive, you've got to work on it. I almost feel like this came up because of the last card. So if you want this to grow and develop into something, even if it is just a friendship, you know, work has to be done. Work has to be done. And the right environment for growth for both of you has to be created.
I really like that, Banshee. I think that's wonderful. And I feel there's a lot there in that sense of working at it to me, like the garden maybe is talking really about a sense of timing, or a sense of waiting in a sense. And so maybe it could be saying that, it's okay if this really clearly starts off as more of a open friendship, a friendship kind of thing, because it has a potential to really grow in ways that either of you would want it to grow or would decide to let it grow. But it is up to you guys.
It's pretty interesting. Wish you luck with that, Shirley.
I do, Shirley.
Interesting. Good luck with that. And Gina, yes, it did come very quickly. And no, I didn't get it through Amazon. I got it from another source because I've been avoiding Amazon lately, just not wanting to give them business if I can avoid it. So I've been getting a lot of things from different sources. And it came so quickly, I'm very impressed. And it came in one piece, I'm even more impressed. And this actually came built. It was nothing I had to screw in or put together like there are new scratching posts that I got for them.
You're welcome, Shirley.
That was even a happier occurrence.
Well, all righty.
All right. What's next? What's next? Oh, it is Janelle. Hi, Janelle. And I have your question right.
Hi, Janelle.
Here. It's, if possible, I would like to ask, what do I need to do to find a more fulfilling life path? It's a great question. Let's grab.
Yes, it is.
No, it's me. Yeah.
It's you.
It is me. Winter Season Tarot.
Wednesday this week, I think it'll be at 4 p.m. We are going to have a new episode of the monthly modality message. It's our unique tarot astrology reading for the modality signs of the zodiac. It's usually a pretty good way of understanding how your energies work with your interactions with people, and where your true strengths or goals are supported. So check that out. It'll probably be at 4 p.m. I think I have it there on the marquee as 4 p.m. All right.
Okay, the Ace of Winter Wands is reversed. Ooh, nice. But the Master, the King of Winter Swords, is upright.
I'm going to have to reset that camera. It's acting hokey.
And the Six of Winter Wands is reversed. Okay.
Yeah, something's happening with the camera.
You gotta fix it?
I just have to reset it, so that means clicking it on and off.
All right, so we'll just give Mr. O a moment. I would take a bite of my cookie, but I don't want to talk while I'm doing that. I'll just eat a crumb.
There we go.
Oh, thank you, CJ. I appreciate hearing that.
What?
Valentine's video.
Oh, thank you.
All
That is
right.
nice.
Some interesting stuff here. So, Janelle, I'm going to see what we can do to really give you some advice here. What you need to do to find a more fulfilling life path. Well, with that Ace of Winter Wands, I said, right? It's Winter Wands reversed. You have to let past disappointments go, I think, number one. Whether it's on your current path or maybe some things you experienced when you were trying to do something new. You know, sometimes we get discouraged by setbacks rather than encouraged. And when I say encouraged, in other words, sometimes setbacks bring us down to the point where we don't want to try anymore. We don't want to have to fail. We don't want to have to go through that. But that's how we learn. And so I feel here, too, that maybe the key to finding, and finding a more fulfilling life path is to look at your failures and look at how you overcame them. And also look at look at how you overcame them or what you did differently then. Maybe it will also show you that, you will be able to find something new and different. Maybe something new and different surfaced around those times of failure too that you decided not to follow up on.
I like what Banshee says here because my overall feeling with that reversed ace is that this is saying the kind of projects, enterprises, networking, things like that you may have been using towards career goals or path goals has mostly not worked out, or you felt it hasn't, and you should avoid trying to necessarily redo those or reformulate them. Those may seem to be more likely dead ends for you now, and so it may be important for you to realize that you're not going to make any progress there. You need to find something really different, to move into. Card 2.
Oh, yes, it's the King of Swords. I feel here that another thing you need to do is maybe this is a time to really. I'm not that much into it to really talk about it enough, but I know some people make things called a vision board where, they start mapping things out for themselves. The King of Swords is a strategic planner. And so I think it coming up in this reading, Janelle, indicates to me that you need to start looking at what is possible for you. What is it you really maybe feel you've always wanted to explore, but just felt you weren't up for the challenge? Maybe it's time to map some of those things out in whatever way you want to do it, flow chart, etc., and try to really, and then it might seem more doable. If you can come up with a plan and if you come up with a way forward, you might be less intimidated about trying it or less fearing failure to try it. I think here too, we just have to sometimes, it's true that sometimes we have to throw caution to the wind and just do, But when I see the King of Swords here, I really think this is saying you do need to do some planning and strategizing and really making the decisions that are truly right for you now, where your head and heart want to lead you.
A lot of times, to me, the King of Swords, Janelle, is talking about um, a strength of character too, and so it's also choosing to just feel that what the choices you are making, you may have to follow through with them or own them to some degree, even when they do turn out, not necessarily to work for you. So in choosing, new life goals, it's best to have true strength of those convictions and to not necessarily feel ambiguous or ambivalent about it in any way. So, for example, if you were thinking about studying a particular course to maybe find a better job, you really have to be wholehearted about it. Whatever you decide to do, you have to really be as wholehearted as possible. Unless you, have, great support from somewhere, you may not necessarily be able to change horses in midstream, as the colloquialism goes, just to decide. You can't necessarily pursue something different if you've already, moved along considerably towards it.
Well, speaking of support, let's talk about the Six of Wands reversed here. I think here these two cards, the King and that, kind of fall in line together there. And why? Well, I'll be clear. Whether this really you resonate with or not, I'm going to say this first, is that sometimes, we rely on others to help us find our way. And I think in this case that may not be possible. I think you're on your own here a little bit in that you need to find your own way. And if you have been spending more time, for example, helping other people, sometimes, like for example me, I spent years, having to take care of aging relatives' concerns and stuff like that. It put a lot of my life path on hold. So, I mean, but if you've been spending a lot of time, dividing your time between other people's needs and putting their needs above yours, maybe with this king here, it's saying it's time to set a few boundaries there of your own too, so that you have the time and the space to carve your own way forward. It's great to help other people out and it's great to be an assist to others, but if they're not going to necessarily be able to help you or be there for you when you need them, you need to set that time for yourself too, so that you can move forward and make the plans that you need to make to move on the goals and objectives that are important to you.
I wonder when I see that Six of Wands reversed, that I wonder if it feels maybe to you, maybe to me, like what you might want to do isn't necessarily the thing that you think will achieve the most recognition for you. You just sort of feel it's something you really feel called to do. So it could be doing the kind of things that other people don't want to do or can't bring themselves to do or don't even think about doing. And so for you, that could be a lot of things. For me, it might be something else. But maybe it's that kind of idea that, you're not necessarily looking to find something that everybody says, that a girl, that a boy, you're doing the right thing. You're looking for what really fulfills you and you alone necessarily.
Oh. Wow.
So that sort of colored why I said that. The heart and the ring. And I think this just really says you have to commit to what ultimately you really love the most. And that everything else is like, research choices, understand choices, weigh options. But ultimately, it will be really how much you feel love towards this or dedication towards this.
Obviously, if this was a love reading, we'd give a different spin here.
Yeah.
But this is very clearly about commitment, the ring, and this is very clearly about the heart. And the heart involves, love, of course, love of life, love of things in your life, love of your goals, what you're good at, etc., what you enjoy doing. So commit to it. Commit to what you are most passionate about. What is calling to your soul right now? What is calling to your soul? Commit to it, map it out, and make the time for it and go for it. Good luck with that.
And you don't have to justify it to anyone else but yourself. You don't have to feel anyone else's appreciation or lack.
All right.
Good luck, Janelle.
And Siama is up.
Hi, Siama.
What's coming towards me? Well, I hope that helped, Janelle. And thank you, and feel free to come back anytime.
Right. So I'm now going to use my Midnight Boulevard. Not essentially a Valentine's Day deck.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome too.
All right. Lenormand. I must have Olympic burnout or something. I didn't turn it on at all this morning. I think I will watch it later, Mr. O.
All right.
It'll be a nighttime.
Well, I have a filming project for later too.
Okay.
So I won't have to be here watching the Olympic with you.
So when I get the Invisible Order deck, look for a review and an unboxing on that one. It's going to be a real interesting deck.
I'm doing this as you're reading.
That I will share with Mr. O, because I can definitely see how he could use it on his show.
All right, so Siama asks, what is coming towards me? And it's the reversed Two of Wands.
Okay.
So what is coming towards you is maybe you're not sure about some options that could lead you somewhere else. Maybe you're feeling like you want to be a little bit more circumspect about it. Or maybe you're just sort of feeling like it's not even that exciting, too. The Midnight Boulevard's imagery sort of makes me feel that way. I don't know if you can see why I'm seeing that, the child or the person looking into the crystal ball. So I'm thinking like a lack of enthusiasm.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
what?
Thanks for that reminder, Gina.
Freestyle skiing. I love the skiing. I miss some of what I like, but you know what? I did catch some of the jumps, the jumps.
You're welcome, Jackie.
I love watching that. I don't know. I love watching those skiers soaring through the air as far as they go and hopefully landing on their feet again. I think that I just love watching that. I don't know why. It's very uplifting to me.
So just to recap slightly, Siama, it may be like a sense of dissatisfaction is coming towards you, a sense of dissatisfaction about either possible movement or plans you might have had in this week. 2 1s reversed.
Yes, I know. I was thinking of what I wanted to do with it. So what's coming towards you is this idea that maybe you're going to have to shift gears a little bit here. Maybe you're going to have to change up on some plans that you've had. That's a possibility, I think, with this card, because something may not be working out the way you had wanted, but it seems like you may have an opportunity, maybe, depending on what I see with the rest of the cards, to shift gears on this a little bit.
So why is this important? And it's the reverse 7 of Wands.
Ice skating's great too, CJ. Love that too. More than the racing, although I used to race when I was a kid a little bit. So what was that again?
It's the reverse 7 of Wands.
7 of Wands, okay.
It feels like it doesn't leave you in a good position. You sort of feel like you're not exactly sure how to respond to this situation. So if it's something dissatisfying, if it's something that feels less options.
Sound.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. I can tell that there's sound there.
Can you guys hear?
See, my sound meter is working, Barb, right there.
Yeah. Look at, and that light's on.
Right. I'll reset the microphone too.
Okay, Jackie has sound.
All right.
Maybe it was just a blip.
Might have been a blip.
What about you, Angel?
Hello, hello.
Gina has sound. So maybe it's just certain people, because if some can hear us...
Talk about a buzzkill.
Hi, Namira. I will
Namira.
get you on the list. No, Angel doesn't have sound.
Then it may be your server, because our broadcast looks good. You might have to try to reset if you can. Oh, well, we don't crash anymore like we used to, knock on wood. I don't know.
Yeah. He tried another video and it sounded fine.
Oh, great. I probably just screwed up everything now. No.
This is your power cord. Hi, Zach. Yes, I can get you on the list. He's got it. He reloaded. Yeah, that's my thing too. Well, I wouldn't have had you do that if other people didn't say they had sound. So I figured it had to be episodic with certain people. So whatever the case.
All right.
All right, Zach and Namira have been added.
Okay. Well, sorry for that delay there.
All right. All right, so what was that again? 7, yes, 7 of Wands.
Reverse.
So when I said this about having to shift gears and change plans, and why is this important? Because you know, it just seems things aren't working out. You know, if this is something to do with trying to get work done, something's interrupting the routine, for example, and you know, it could tend to get out of control if you don't find a way to shift gears, you know, change the way you're doing things, change plans, etc. So something is not working right, and it's clear here that it's putting you at some sort of disadvantage.
That's the main point of that
Yeah.
one. So where will this lead then? And there's another reverse. It's the reversed Knight of Wands.
Okay, so where it's leading is to an, I don't want to say inertia, but what it could be leading to is carelessness. Be careful not to just try to do quick fixes on things. Make sure what you're doing is well thought out or the right way to go before you do it, because just doing a knee jerk or spontaneous reaction may not fix the matter to make things better. It may, in fact, make things worse.
Right. Or there's going to be a tendency to overcompensate, and haste will make waste, that kind of stuff in addition. So, Lenormand gives us the crossroads, and it would seem to be that way, but also the coffin. So,
Well, there's 2 ways I can look at this.
yeah.
Either you may have to abandon your plan completely, and you have to think about that possibility, or your plans for the week, whatever. You have to abandon them completely, or you have to put an end to waffling about it. You will have to make a move or decision. It's just be sure you make the right one, you know, that this is the right way to go. Don't just react. Think it through first and then act.
It almost feels like this is a week, Siama, where maybe you should put this off if you can, that maybe a week or two might have a different spin going on. So good luck with that.
Zach likes your hat.
Thank you, Zach.
All right, that's what we have. What don't I like in the Olympics, really? I guess I don't like the one where they cross-country ski and shoot. It just seems kind of weird to me, but you know, it's an old, they've had that for how long in the Olympics? It's probably been part of the Olympics as long as there have been guns, for all I know. But the thing is, I don't know, it just to me is silly. I want to see them moving. I'm sorry, and it's an interesting idea, I guess, but I don't know. And the only other thing I don't like skiing wise is the moguls, MOGULS, where they have to go down this bumpy terrain and it looks like they're ripping their knees to shred. I just don't like it. I just think, wow, that's just, no. Something about it does not appeal to me. I can feel my knees hurt every time I watch it. Gymnastics. I gotta like gymnastics, I gotta say. Amazing what people can do. Just amazes me.
Hi, Marita.
Can you add Marita?
Yep.
And change the number to 14.
Are you going to post the list too? Wait till after I do it, I guess.
One more maybe. We'll do one more. Maybe 2.
I said post the list.
Oh, I didn't post it, did I?
No.
And it's CJ, right?
Yes. I just felt like you didn't know what you were doing over there.
You're right, I'm doing my Lenormand still.
I was
All right,
watching.
CJ is up, and they want an oracle card, actually, so that's okay.
All right.
I could use this one again. I brought it out for today. Why not? The Resurrection Oracle. See what you get, CJ. Yeah, the biathlon, yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured, it had some roots like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a gun person. I watched some of it yesterday. I saw it on a replay, I guess, and that's what I'm going to be doing tonight with some of the stuff that went on today. Believe it or not, I finally come into my own and I am watching curling. I used to mock curling, but actually I'm seeing the strategy of it now, and I find it to be fascinating. I still think it's more of a game than a sport, but I think it's interesting. And hey, why not? So I watched the U.S. men's curling yesterday. Oh, I guess we'll see. Okay. I was looking at Marita's question.
Yes.
There. Kind of a follow-up on what was asked before, I think. Well, this one's upright, CJ, and it's very interesting. It is called, and I got the number 17, Your Ancestry. And the byline under it is, it's all relative. Generations that have come before you, the people who formed your traditions, your structures, your foundations, these are your roots, paths, stories, and the very soul of your family tree. It is a good thing to remember them. Sit in silence and reconnect with them. There is lost wisdom within them, a sort of deep familial magic, if you will, and they are your family's myths and archetypes. Sometimes you can get so caught up in what is new and exciting, you forget all that came before you. Maybe you have a love of music, art, math, or some other natural gift and you do not know where it came from. Chances are, somewhere back in your ancestry, someone was gifted in the same way you are. Give thanks for this and hold dear the traditions and roots that were created as if by magic by those who came before you. Wow, isn't that a beautiful card?
Very pretty. I love the image.
And not just that, just this message. I mean, this message about ancestry. And I mean, people have come, I'm not going to rule out that people haven't come from toxic families, etc. But even then, there may be something you have gotten from them that actually serves you well, from your family lineage and your family line. Maybe they were horrible people, but you are a very nice person who has their longevity, their genetic genes to live a longer life, and you can spread more happiness and joy into the world because of that. So, I mean, don't just rule out your present ancestors either. There could be something to be gained by remembering them all. Hey, I came from a very Catholic background, a very Catholic family, and for them it wasn't just going to church. Some of them really lived the message and did kind things for others and services for others. And I believe that's what led me along the path of service. I may not be following that tradition anymore, but I have taken something positive away from that. And I think, we all need to be, and also not to mention this stuff, right? So I think we need to keep that in mind, CJ. And this is a time for you to, think about what rewards you have reaped from your family tree and honor them.
All right. So it's time for the Lenormand. And it's the scythe and the coffin. You like this, don't you?
No, I think you got joy out of it. You want to say, cut your ties with those ancestors, don't you? cut your ties with
Well,
those.
maybe you're only cutting the associations that are not the good ones that we're talking about. No,
I have a
that doesn't
different
work.
thought, and I
Okay.
don't know why, but I just have a different thought because of the flavor of the card. Um, cut this fact that your ties to them are gone. You know, they're not gone. They live within you, like it or not. They live within you because of, you have come from them. You are born from them. You have the blood in your veins. All of that. There's no reason to believe that your ties are cut from your ancestors. But you don't have to be like them. You can take the good that was there and move forward with your life with that, and honor that. Honor where we honor where we came from. If we didn't, we wouldn't. I mean, if we didn't come from them, we wouldn't be who we are. So
Thanks, CJ.
I think that's what I want to say with that. Good luck with that.
She's the best at the Lenormand.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I understand there's ways that they are interpreted and certain meanings associated with each one, but it's how you really grok those meanings. And I can look at that differently the next time I read it, So
Already.
that's the beauty of Oracle and Tarot cards, really. So your intuition or your creativity has to be at play.
It's why we say it's a snapshot in time, because of course if we read these tomorrow, we might feel really different about it.
Yeah.
It's either where that intuitive process begins or something. You're welcome.
All right, we are on Airy, and I didn't get any background on this area. I just can't read all of that when I'm busy doing the list. So I've got what I've got here, and I'm not sure I fully get it, but maybe Mr. O can fill in some gaps when he sees this. I'm going to post the question first
Okay.
and then the list. There's the question, and that's Aries. And let me post the list so everybody can see where they're at. All right.
Well, this sounds like a reading for Modern Love. Tarot deck.
So I think it's relating to, I'm not sure about care like that. Do the N Virgo actually care like that? If so, why didn't he attempt to calm her down? I get that part.
Here's
So
the part
she-
I don't understand. Is this person Jada's actual boyfriend, or is this the person that was there when that confrontation happened? Because I thought you indicated that person wasn't her boyfriend because she's sort of like cheating on him, or open relationship or whatever it is. Am I right?
I don't know.
Well, I thought that's what they told us last time, Ari. Anyway, I'm going to just go ahead and see what I got here.
I'm going to go back. All right. So it's between N and Jada. Let's see what we get.
Very good. It's the reverse Ten of Wands. It's the upright Knight of Swords.
What was that?
The reverse Ten of Wands,
that
the
one.
Knight of
Thank
Swords,
you. Okay.
and the upright Five of
I
Wands.
knew the 10 of Wands. let's add this to the mix too. Why not? Give us a little bit more info to go on. All right. Uh-huh.
And the whip.
Wow.
And the birds.
Well, what do you say there, Mr. O?
Okay, well, the Ten of Wands reversed. Who got rid of a problem or who got rid of some burden here? I'm not sure if I understand everything that happened, but did Jada turn away Daniel or the guy away? Did she relieve herself of that burden? Or did Daniel see her in a different way that made him feel like this is a burden I need to be relieved of? Just asking.
It's a very interesting card for sure there. It seems like somebody felt, you're asking if N really felt like that. N may have felt that this relationship was becoming burdensome, right? Is that what you?
That's what I was saying. And so this was.
That's exactly what.
Who got free?
He felt like a lot of stress. I feel here, and whether it was related to what went on between you and Jada, or if it was something else, I'm not completely sure.
Does the Knight of Swords say he was already thinking about moving on to something else?
Wow.
And so this sort of just, the timing sort of happened.
Well, the way you described, I saw something later of what you said, and I think you were talking about him, that he was interested in you.
They are
and
pretty.
That's really interesting to me because that Knight of Swords sort of does say he was playing with that idea. He was playing with that idea of moving on, whether it was with you or someone else.
Okay, so then it's the Five of Wands, and the picture looks like, confrontations and fighting and people wanting to say, I'm the one in charge. No, I'm the one in charge. So I don't know if that's that dynamic between them, I guess, really. And so that's why, you didn't say if they have split up or if they will be, but it looks like that's going to round out the picture, if you ask me.
Well, I like this ending here because it's true. It seems as though there was a real power struggle in this relationship between the two of them. One wanted to really dominate over the other. And maybe it went back and forth that way, each one trying to have more control. But it's not a healthy kind of situation either. So that's the way I'm kind of looking at it here. And when I'm looking at
Lenormand,
the Lenormand,
birds and the whip. Woo!
Somebody really did want to move on to play the field more, wanted to socialize more, maybe was looking for someone else. Wait a minute, that's the birds, not the garden. Whenever I see that birds card, that one in this deck,
You thought it was the fox or no?
I thought it was the garden.
Oh.
So let me rephrase this. Their communications got really antagonistic with each other, and maybe they still are. To me, it looks like they have a lot of arguments.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
They weren't really working together very well, probably, in terms of communication, because there was over assertiveness or over attention to details maybe that didn't matter.
The whip, I see harsh words here.
Yeah, harshness. That's the word I was looking for.
So, maybe, when all was said and done with what went on between all of you together, I feel here that maybe this has, compounded that, made the situation more volatile.
And I almost feel like maybe either of them were wanting to be able to use this as their ticket out or away from, some immediacy situation there. That's just me looking down on humankind. I do that.
Yeah. So goodness, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Gary.
Yes, you can, Gina. So the tarot's fine for that. We'll be happy to do that. So I will get that question in there.
All right. Thank you.
And I will.
And
It's Mr. Rivera, I think, right?
it's Mr. Rivera, who probably will take an oracle card, right?
Yeah,
Let's
I have
look
it.
for that.
So,
Oh, okay. I'll let you go
I mean,
then.
I have it written. And I am kind of attached to this resurrection deck for oracle readings today, so I think I'll use that one for you too, Angel. All right. And this is for what Spirit sends for the week ahead.
All right.
All right. I still have the book out. I still have it out.
And I'm going to take a moment to mention Goth Tarot for this week. It will be on at its normal time. And this is week 3 of dealing with the dark passenger, the sense of how we use denials or other things to kind of, circumvent being responsible. And so it's week 3. I will also work with the dark avatar, an actual persona we may erect to sort of deflect criticisms. The dark joke, which is how we try to trick people into thinking otherwise of us, and more. So watch Goth Tarot at 8 a.m. on Wednesday.
Well, this is an interesting card for you, Angel. It is reversed, and it is called Face Value.
We have to get over 1,000 people to be monetized.
Yeah, so
We're struggling.
Bring people our way. we're getting there slowly but surely, but it's taken
we have a
like
theory.
6 years. Okay, so Angel Rivera, Face Value, number 23, reversed. Well, reversed. Also, the byline under this card, Face Value, is true to you. So reversed, it says, blatantly truthful, honest to the core. This is a fine quality when used with tact and grace. It is hard sometimes to know the difference, for some people, between the absolute naked truth and someone just being mean. You are applauded for your honesty. However, watch your delivery of it. That's funny. We can be brutally honest out there. Hey, I've seen you on social media, and actually I love it. But, sometimes some people can't take that. And if this is talking about in the workplace, with the people that you are dealing directly with and trying to help, or if this is, your fellow colleagues, etc., be aware that some people may appreciate the raw honesty, but some will not. And of course, when we're talking about management, we also know how prickly they can be about that.
So this is Face Value reversed.
Yes.
Okay, I wonder what you think about this. It's the key and the book. Which is, right, I knew you were going to do that.
Well, Mr. Librarian, there you go. The key is it's at work, number 1. But number 2, this may be, read people. I think the book is about you and your ability to read the room, okay? And say what is appropriate to the moment. And, and also won't get you into trouble, right? So read the room. That's what, see, wondered what I was going to do with that? That's what I did with it.
And to me, it's the resurrection oracle, angel. To me, the Lenormand maybe is talking about saying that, it's kind of like what Banshee mentioned, that, You put it out there, your writings, you put it out there. You're not afraid to mince words, That's the key is, what they see is what they get.
The Resurrection Oracle is by the same person, of course, who did the Human Spirit Oracle. It's part of her series of types of oracles.
Okay.
Jenna Della Grattaglia.
Angel says it looks similar.
Yeah, it's got that similar look and feel. Yep. I like these oracles, most of them, but I have to draw the line sometimes. I think I might have run myself through her decks now. I've got what I want. I've got like 4 or 5 of them, so they're really good though. They are.
All right.
So interesting reading, Angel. Be wary.
And we're on Kara.
Kara. And Kara has posted her question. Thank you. What does Odin and Freya have for me? I'm thinking of starting over again with everything. I've been in a funk and haven't been doing much. Yeah, well, I haven't seen you much, but to be fair, I haven't been out there a lot because I was busy with the video project we did and watching the Olympics. So I have been kind of out of it on social media.
All right, Kara. I'm going to use the Secrets Tarot.
I think we should do my reading, if you want.
Yes, that sounds good.
There it is.
Well, almost everybody is going to be shaken up between now and July as the various astral movements sort of suggest big societal stuff going on. Will probably affect almost all of us.
Who have you been reading?
That was Monty Farber.
Monty Farber, yeah. Monty Farber's a great astrologer, too.
He's a great astrologer. But there are others who are talking very similar. All right, so it's your reading. Yes, a lot of astrology is fateful for the next several months. What does Odin and Freya have for you?
Wow, Kara!
You nailed it. They want change.
They too want to see it.
They want that old stuff to die and change. Death. And starting over again. Starting over.
And you might be interested to see my oracle card of the day for tomorrow, which was from the Tao Oracle, because it really kind of plays into some of the death narrative, some of it. So, but at any rate, this is what Odin and Freya, maybe that's, Kara, you're so drawn to them, and you've done practices, I'm sure, that, for them. You've done maybe ceremonies, etc. And so you're very connected with them. So to me, it is no surprise that this might be coming from them. You're feeling this way because they want you to feel this way. They want you to feel it's time to change. It's time to grow. It's time to change. It's time to do something different.
I'm a little bit more on the outside of the Norse religions, but I know some of it. And I do feel that the religion does formulate around the idea that their lives were very fragile. They lived in very unyielding environments. And so their culture and that religion developed around the idea of being so grateful for what they did have. All right, so why is this important, this idea that great change is coming, or that that's what they want you to understand? The Nine of Swords upright, because they understand.
You're feeling it.
Because you are feeling it.
You're
Thank you.
unsettled, right?
You are, yes, look at that.
It's, to me, when the cards do this, when the cards come up and are reading exactly what's on your mind right now, it's because it wants to tell you, yes, you are on the right path here in your thinking. You are unsettled. I don't know that you're losing sleep at night over this, but you're feeling anxious.
Worried
and you feel
anxious.
like something's maybe missing, or you're worried about where you're headed and where things are going, and it's time to let go of what's no longer working for you and choose something, new.
So where will it lead? The Hierophant reversed. Okay, crazy lady, you got to become crazier.
No, I mean, what is that about? It's about radical change. It's
Radical
about,
change. Unyielding,
new
unforgiving.
methods, being a revolutionary, being a rebel. Go against the grain. Don't be afraid to do something because you fear what others will think. This is time for you to be that rebel, to do something different, to radically alter the trajectory of your life.
The Pope or the Hierophant reversed is always a sign of saying, society, go and take a break. It's my turn. I'm doing what I need to do regardless.
Yeah. It's like all there. I can't really tell you what you need to do or what Odin wants you to do, but Odin and Freya are absolutely saying it's time to shake yourself up a little bit. It's time to, let go of the old and tread a new path for a while and see where it takes you. Oh, did I not do that?
You did not do that.
Not do that. Well, I got to focus on this. This is crazy. Wow.
So the tenor of the cards makes me feel like you should be doing something maybe a little bit more formal in terms of either study or practice, if that's what we're talking about, needing to put this emphasis in your life, spiritual life or something.
I don't know.
I mean, that's one idea. It's
with
not
the
the only idea.
Hierophant out, it might be saying throw the books away and carve your own path. It might just be saying that too.
But it's still involving that sense of a dedication or devotion towards it.
Right.
Which is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Too.
I getcha.
All right.
Alrighty, let's see what the Lenormand has for you. Now that I pulled them. Whoa.
Clover. How very nice. Mice. Well, into every life a mouse must fall.
Well, I almost feel the mice tie into that 9 of swords there pretty nicely. And I feel here that it's coupled with the clover, which is saying your fears are ungrounded. Your anxieties. You just need to now get excited. Get excited instead about checking out something new. Luck is on your side right now. Fortune favors, the idea of change in your life right now. That's what I get from that.
Right. Well, I'm looking at it a little differently. Maybe I'm not sure if I heard everything right, but it feels like, this is going to be small problems finding where this luck will take you, because once you begin focusing this way, things will open up, and whatever you're incurring now may feel like just really small stuff. Hi, Lovelu.
All right. I think we can close the list now.
Yeah, we're in that time period, so why not?
So Lovelu is on the list, but we're going to close the list. Everybody on the list will get a reading. Good grief, this thing. There we go. Got it. All right. So that's what we have for you. I have nothing more to add, really.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm saying it not exactly right, but maybe it could just be saying that this is a path you should explore or try to figure out what's going on there. And you will have luck or special blessings of some sort. But in the beginning, there may be some minor, positionings or difficulties. You just need to stick with it. Good luck. You're welcome.
That is crazy the way that turned out. And Gina is up.
Hey, Gina.
And Here it is. All right. Hey, Mr. O. The heart I opened said, love is closer than you think.
Aw. I forgot those are on there. Let's see, where is it? Oh, that's what I have on mine too. Therefore, they cancel each other out.
The energetic metaphysical theme for the year of the fire horse. Okay. Yeah, you know, I am going to... So many decks. Let's use the unfolding path maybe, or the art one. Let's do the art one.
All right, thank you. Ooh.
One more shuffle. The Tarot of Hearts, or Darts, which is really about arts and hearts. And we all heart the arts.
Basically, how will this energetic thing happen for you this year?
Three
how
of
will
Pentacles upright.
it go? All right. Oh, I like that.
Oh, wow, Gina. The Tower upright. Wow, and the Two of Cups reversed. And I definitely got a feeling when I saw this whole thing start to play out here. And I really feel the start. I've been going straight down the list most of this day. But as soon as that Tower popped up, I know where I had to start. And that's it. The Tower card. I feel here. Oh, what do you got? Her.
And the ship.
And the ship.
Right.
Okay. Wow, that could actually be the theme. But I do look at this and thinking that the theme may be about construction and reconstruction, or destruction and reconstruction. You know, that Two of Cups reverse speaks of divisions and divides and separation. Oftentimes, the Two of Cups, if you take it at its base level, you know, and that could be also internally that parts of you need to reintegrate again, to be, you know, to build back a stronger internal structure, you know, on that level. But I'm going to take this in a lot of different directions. However, it's very clear the theme is going to be about destruction and reconstruction. And I think here, you know, something's got to come down. Something's got to come down, and you'll be, I feel like you'd be all in on this, that you realize that it has to be built back to better. And mastery here, this card with the Three of Pentacles, is indicating that, you know, through working with others, you know, that can be possible. You can build a more solid foundation for things in your life. Or if this is an internal thing that's going on that's got to be broken down and rebuilt, then it's going to take all parts of you. The separation, to me, is separating from yourself from the things that, you know, are causing things to break down in your life or not work, to eliminate that and to reintegrate the other parts of you to build something more solid. So I do feel it's almost internal, but yet I can certainly see this reading on a collective level too, and just say the year of the fire horse is to be knocking down some institutions that are not working right. And you can clearly see here that people want to build something together better, stronger, and able to withstand, you know, the energies of this year. And I feel here there's a lot of work to be done there. People have to come on the same page in order to do it. I'll stop. I'm
And
sorry. I went a lot of different ways there.
well, I don't know what's left for me, but I find what's really interesting is what Banshee was saying about other people, and I don't know, what your disciplines or other practices take if you're involved in a lodge or in a particular course of study that has people thinking the same things as you, whether you practice them together or not. Let's face it, we're all sort of working on similar stuff together, even if we're not exactly all in the same practices or traditions. So this could mean that, and it feels like that's what's happening in this year, is the realization that what was built has to come down, and we have to learn something so essential from that. And it is about love. I'm just going to throw that in there, and our journey towards that, because we're not complete until we figure out how to mend the problem areas and reconstruct. And it will take a village, theoretically at least, or it will take more precise planning and work, and working from good energy, good information.
Oh, that sounds like a plan right there. That sounds really good. And with the ship and the heart, I feel like the energies of this
Nice.
year are going to be moving you towards, something you really desire, something you're really passionate about. Whether it is about building a place that will generate more income to you or something else. This is a year to go for it, to break down what is not working so that you can carve a path towards what it is you truly want to achieve here. So I do think this is going to be, a year of a little bit of constructive disruption. And I say that because, of course, when the Tower card is upright, that's what it is. It's hard to see it at the time when it happens sometimes, depending on what it is. It's going on in a person's life. Like, for example, when I was forced into retirement and I kept getting this darn card upright, it's like, but, when all was said and done, I really realize now what it was trying to do for me. And it did. So I think here it's going to be a really heady year.
Well, I didn't really get in with the Two of Cups there too, and I
Okay.
think what that really says when I put it together with the others is that all of us, all of us in this endeavor, will lose some people along the way, or we will lose our trust in people that we thought, were more with us than not. But that's why we're still moving on towards what is better for us.
I can't rule that out, Gina. That's a possibility as well. You
Oh,
could
how
be,
nice.
well, or either that, or maybe the Lenormand is covering that in a way. It could
That
show
could
that
be,
you are
yeah.
moving towards, a love. It could be rekindling a love. Something that was broken down is now coming back, and
Yeah.
that Two of Cups reversed there. It's a good observation as well. So,
Wow. Yeah. Hmm.
hey, keep that option open too. Interesting read. Wow. We had some really good cards today. Wow.
And
Hey, it can be. We hate it when it happens, but then when we look back on it, it's like, well, I really got a lot, that makes sense. I got a lot out of this, or it put me on a path that I need to be on now. All right. Well, good luck with that. Namira. Namira is up. And I'm not sure I have a question. It probably was out there.
yeah, there is one. I can go back and look for it.
I think I got distracted. I think I saw it too, but
What do you see coming for me this week? And an update, it's more quiet with my neighbor and children. Last Saturday, the local authority talked with her. The mediation is on the agenda.
Good. Okay. That's nice. All right. So, your deck.
So, what may be coming towards you? Is that going to be your reading then?
You're welcome, Gina.
You're welcome. Thank you.
What's coming towards this week? Yeah, that'll be my
All
reading.
right. I'm going to use my Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot.
Oh, I really wanted to hold out till March to get my hair cut, but my hair has grown fast. I don't know if I'll make it. It's only a couple weeks away. Yeah, she overstepped her boundaries big time, Ari. And, when I said somebody was trying to dominate over the other, I could sense, in that relationship she had, that was her, dominating over this person, not, checking on what they're doing all the time, making sure that he's not talking to other women, etc.
Okay, so I'm glad in the mirror that something seems to be happening, so that's good. Okay, so what is coming towards you this week? And our first card is the Queen of Pentacles upright. So what's coming towards you this week looks like maybe it's an opportunity to do some creative work or some productive work that you need to do. If your work or the kind of work that this could be is maybe all, strategic in a way too, that maybe you're just thinking of the creative solutions you can employ too. So it could be physical work too. You could be working on things that beautify the home or bring a sense of peace or creativity. Queen of Pentacles.
Queen?
No, I'm sorry. I'm totally wrong. It's the Queen of Wands. So actually, my meeting, I have to scrap that in the mirror. I'll let you go first. The Queen of Wands.
Go first. So what's coming towards you this week is a chance to really stand out in some way. People will notice you. People will pay attention to you. And shine your light. Get out there and meet people. It just might be good for you in general anyway. This is a nice week too to do something nice for yourself. Whether it's to polish up your image, get something new in your wardrobe, get a power suit for work, as they call it, or something like that. Something that just makes you feel good too. This is a week for that as well.
So the Queen of Wands, it's all of that, and in reference to your update, it is possible that maybe if you have to interface with any of these people on that mediation subject, you will come across as more credible, more appropriate. Maybe there's a charm factor where you will be able to be seen in a very positive light if you are called upon to remark on that. But in other ways, this serves as well too. The idea that you will be seen as having good solutions or being able to bring people's thoughts together on solutions or that sort of thing.
All right, so why is that important?
All right, so it's the Eight of Diamonds, the Eight of Pentacles.
Oh, why is that important? Because maybe you need to work on your image a bit, as far as what I had said. Maybe there's this idea of working on your image again a bit. And also, it might also build up your self-esteem more, your confidence, your self-esteem. So if you get out there, and be seen, and people are listening to what you have to say, the ideas you have to offer, or the advice, or you're trying to impress somebody on the job with the work that you're doing. This is all things that will help you feel better about yourself and will help with your self-esteem.
Right. With the Eight of Pentacles there, it's important that you mostly just apply yourself. That despite, being able to affect charm in certain respects, it's also how you back it up in terms of what you
There's
know
that.
and what you're able to actually do.
I meant to say something like that too, in that
I
you,
beat you.
you beat me. That's fine. You want to go ahead? You have more?
All right. No, that's good enough, I
Well,
think.
I think here it's important to back it up with the effort and work. You need to, not just put on the physical image, you need to back it up with, the actual knowledge or work that you have done. Go ahead. Where things are
Alrighty.
headed.
So where does this ultimately lead? And it's judgment. Upright.
Oh, yeah. You're going to do something different for yourself this week, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's really funny seeing Judgment and the Queen of Wands there. Is that, maybe you need to polish up your image at work a little bit. Maybe, too, it's not so much about, your appearance, but it could be more about um, about the work itself and, what you're willing to do. Show some leadership talent or skills. Show somebody that you can handle, a difficult assignment or task when it comes to you, etc. Judgment is about that, how people view you and look at you a lot of times too. Besides the fact that it's also about a makeover, so I can't rule that out either, that you might be just doing something nice for yourself and your appearance, your physical appearance.
Well, judgment really does speak to the idea of bingo. I just had that moment, some light bulb went off too in a way. It's a bigger light bulb than most light bulbs can be. It may be saying really what's coming towards you is the realization that you can make a really big change in how you're approaching this situation with your charm, or how you're also using the facts you have. That maybe if this is about the mediation or anything like that, you really would be a change agent if you use your strengths and use that sense of righteousness because it's appropriate, I think. So in the Lenormand is the garden and the book.
Yeah, we have a daughter-in-law who's a social worker who has to go out and meet clients all the time. So, when she does her work, um, she's kind of what do you call it, an entrepreneur out there. She works for herself largely, I believe. And so I would say that, when you go out there to do your counseling work, that the knowledge that you share is vitally important here. I think here your work is really going to be emphasized this week. And you're going to be busy showing your talents, your skills, your knowledge to others. And it's going to show, it's going to pay off. I think, people are going to appreciate that. And maybe, too, in the process, I do think this is somehow work related, all of this. And like I said, also in how you appear to others, the self confidence you have, the self confidence in what you're telling them will weigh, they look at that, they think about that a lot. And so, focus on, your image and what you have to share with people and the knowledge that you can give to them.
I hadn't thought that much about this reading being more about your career life, but it obviously has a lot of weight there.
It kind of does.
So with those Lenormands, I think this is saying really that with that new attitude from the tarot, the willingness to speak in charming, effective ways, and the willingness to transform yourself for this process, also means that it engenders really a heightened publicness too. Like maybe this is really promoting you in the public too, the kind of work you do, or just giving your image a good boost in certain ways in the mirror so that, maybe it'll end up being more profitable to you as well.
I like that.
All right.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. I've got Zach. Oops. It would help if I just put him down. It's okay.
I was looking to make sure I had them all.
All right. Command V. And there you go. Maybe. Where did I go up there? There. Alrighty, let's see. Let's use this floating world stack. Where I go from here? What is approaching next for you? Alright. We'll do my reading.
Okay.
All right. Ah, nice. Well, we got another queen we're starting off with. Queen of Pentacles reversed. I guess we'll start there. So where do you go from here? What's coming towards you? I think this is kind of where you go from here right now. Well, or what's coming, what is approaching you? What is approaching you, I feel, is an idea now is the time to really focus on you. Focus on you and not other people around you. Focus on your needs, your desires. Take care of yourself right now, in particular. Whether it's spiritual, emotional, or physical things. That you need to address. This is a time to do it. A time to kind of slow down and take care of you.
Zach, sometimes I feel like maybe there's a very driven part of your personality. You really like to get things done and you like to be in charge and not waste time. But I think that Banshee's right. This is saying what's coming towards you. You will realize that you do need to take it down at least a notch and focus on yourself a little bit. Make sure you get, enough sleep or your vitamins or all that kind of stuff. I do feel like you've been very active and you should just take stock of that. Realize also too that there are a lot of things that will clear up on their own, so you don't have to necessarily be that attentive.
You're welcome, Gina. Take care.
Bye, Gina. Thanks again.
Happy Sunday. Oh, gosh. And I should say, I just, because I won just a little bit in the lottery last week, I donated some money to the animal group that is responsible for our cats. Our cats are 12 years old this year, and they've been such a joy. And so I always try to give every so often to this organization that tries to find homes for, for pets in need, for animals in need of adoption. And so they just sent me a nice thank you about it. I was very happy. All right, so why is this important? Well, let me tell you why. Because the world is waiting for you, Zach. Because during this time, maybe where you're still feeling you want to know what's next for you, where you're going from here, this is a time to look at where you've been. This is a time to look at some of the successes you've had in life. Maybe you don't feel they were much, but you need to look at everything. You need to focus on all the successes you've had. Hey, I won a best Halloween costume one year as a kid called as Miss Pajama Queen. Think of your little successes, every one of them, and this is a time to feel good about, as you're working on the self here, to feel good about the things that have worked for you, and it'll give you something to build on for the future, for where you're headed.
So I think that where it's headed is precisely where it needs to go, which is finishing something too, completing something, and turning the corner on something that maybe that first card was indicating you needed to do, that maybe there always was something you needed to do for yourself in order to really, perfect yourself to the point of being able to move on and address other things. And so I think that's why it is important to take this time out for yourself, Zach, and work on any possible issues or situations that would bring you further into a completion mode with your life. That instead of, always rising to the occasion to help others, sometimes you got to do some things for yourself too. I don't know if it's exactly about that, but it could.
All right, so where is it taking him going forward? Oh, well, yes. Okay, well, okay. The Nine of Swords. Upright. So where it's taking you going forward is a little bit of fear and intrepidation and anxiety. I mean, and I'm not sure why. Do you feel anxious when, you've got time on your hands and you could be spending it on taking care of yourself instead of what the next big thing is life is? Or do you feel anxious about moving forward on something, that, well, maybe I've had these little successes in life, but I really don't have a clue on what to do with them. And so you feel anxious and nervous about it. Instead, try to focus on where to channel that energy instead. There's no reason to dwell on your fears and anxieties, especially ones that don't exist yet. I mean, you never know if you're going to be good at something going forward until you try it. So I would just say this: don't let fear and anxiety hold you back from moving forward on whatever it is you want to try, whatever it is. You need to try things and fail, because that's how we learn and grow.
Yes, that Nine of Swords really does indicate that you could feel anxious again at some point, by the end of this whole reign, where it leads to. And so you have to keep that in mind, that the self-care, the things you do for yourself, they're not important to do just once and say, okay, I did that, now I can move on. They may be something you always have to consider, remind yourself to do that, to take that moment to assess yourself and do what's right for yourself before rushing off to help anybody or anything else.
Or the next big thing in your life.
Exactly.
And so I feel here this is kind of a laid back reading, in that it's more about you right now and focusing on your world. But once you establish, let's say, a routine, let's say it's about, for example, adding more time for exercise or rest and recreation in your life. Once you've established that routine, other things you will then be able to focus more constructively on other things.
All right, so the Lenormand, it's the scythe, and the mice.
So that mice, right again, with that Nine of Swords. Did it come up with the Nine of Swords before?
I think it did.
I think it did.
The nine might have been reversed. I'm not sure.
No, it wasn't.
You're right.
And so and so I think here the mice usually talks about temporary annoyances, anxieties, or stressors. So I think as we undergo a transformation in our life, when we're ready for the next new phase in our life, there's always a little bit of anxiety, stress, and trepidation. It's only going to be temporary, and it'll be gone. When I see the scythe here, this is going to disappear. It's going to be cut out of your life. You will move forward, but you've got to take the time to nurture yourself to the point that you are ready to let go of any self-doubts, fears, or anxieties you have moving forward in your life.
And I see what you're saying there, Zach, and I remember that about your mom. And just, you have to be kind to yourself, and you have to remember that it'll take time to do this. And you're more than welcome to come back and talk with us about it, but you're also very welcome, to take that time for yourself and work on your own process here. There are a lot of things you still can do to take care of yourself, and to also still stay in the thick of it with other people and with life itself.
Yeah, take the time you need to heal still, and don't feel guilty about that.
No.
I mean, or anything, shame or anything about that, because we all heal at our own pace.
Exactly.
And for some people, healing takes many years, but that doesn't mean your life stops. Your life will move on, and it will get easier for you to navigate your grief along with living your life. They can actually merge together, and you will get to that point. It's just a matter of time and the self-care.
So take care.
Good luck with that. And I know about thinking and dwelling. When my aunt passed away, Zach, I just want to throw this at you. I'm talking about a lot of personal things today, but some of these readings are really bringing them up. But when my aunt passed away, I had her key to her house, and she wasn't answering her door, and I found her lying on the floor dead. And it was such a traumatic experience for me personally. It took me a long time before I could get that image out of my head, and how I felt about it. And so, like I said, I certainly understand that this is a process, and you will get there. I still think about it today. I still see it today very vividly in my mind. How I walked up to her, and how, and I tried to check for breath, and I didn't know what to do. And so I'm just saying, it's a trauma, and we all have to take the time necessary to heal and integrate those lessons into our life. So good luck on your journey.
Good luck, Zach.
And that, my mom had 5 sisters, or 4 sisters. I'm sorry, she was the 5th. And that was my favorite aunt too. So it was tough.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. We're grateful to have you too in our lives. So thank you, Zach.
Take care, Zach.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. And Marita is up. Hi, Marita.
Hi, Marita.
And do I have a question? I do not.
Yes, we do. I
Okay.
saw it. I'll get it.
All right. It's just me. I lose track after a while. People come late, and I kind of lose it.
All right. Her son was offered a place at one of the schools, but is full fee place. But will they provide him a bursary? On Monday, I will get in touch with the school. So basically, a financial assistance of some sort. And
that's a good question.
Yeah, I think so.
And,
I like that.
I did see it before, but I think I got distracted at the time and never copied it. So, all right.
So will they provide him financially for this position they offered?
Well, that's another story, CJ. Go look up my soul story about my dad. He died when I was 10, and he died in his sleep, so I got to see and witness that as well.
Someday I'll tell, not during Super Tarot Love Month, but some things about where I've been touched in that manner.
That's in my soul stories, and I forget what I called that one. But
I think it was the last one you did, right? I don't think you did one after that.
No, I'm not sure it was.
Number 6 seems to strike.
I don't know.
There is a playlist on our YouTube, Soul Stories, and it's number 6. It's the one about her father's death and the Detroit Rebellion which all happened in the same year, 1967.
The Detroit Rebellion, I do like to call it that, not riot.
All right, so I'm just going to throw the 3 cards. The first card is the moon. Stuff happens when you're an old critter. You're around for it. The Knight of Coins.
It's a coming of age story, to say the least. Yeah, in so many ways.
These are both upright.
Yeah.
And then the 3 of Wands is reversed. So we do have that.
I like this. I can see them clearer. Although that camera is blurry at times. The moon, the Knight of Coins, 3 of... Okay. So this is about the bursary. We might want to do a yes/no, but let me see. The moon here is, it seems uncertain, a little bit uncertain how this is going to go. You may, want to have some tricks up your sleeve, so to speak, when you talk to them to see if you can't get them to, go your way. The Knight of Coins is positive, could be positive though. There is some movement here. They may be willing to work with you on this. It's possible. However, when I do see that 3 of Wands reversed, I think you're going to need a backup plan just in case.
Right. That 3 of Wands looks like there could be opportunities for funding, but they may be chancy or not well favored for your son or for that process. So I sort of just want to be honest about that. I do think we will probably do a yes or no to be more specific to give you that answer. The Knight of Coins does look like it's supportive, but it's just movement towards that. So that movement isn't necessarily guaranteed.
Right. It could go either way sometimes with that Knight.
And the moon feels like maybe there is something that is not necessarily known here. So maybe that suggests the idea that there could be some other possibilities, but maybe it just refers to something that's not known that indicates that it's very hard usually to get money from them.
Maybe it's something they need to know about your circumstances, before they make the decision. I mean, I can't rule that out either. As you were talking there, that just popped into my head.
That's a really good point. I'm glad you brought that up. So in the Lenormand,
Speaking
we get
of talk,
the birds.
See?
And the star.
So there is some optimism by talking things out with them, maybe. There is some hope. So I can't rule out that it won't happen, but there is a little bit of, the process might be slow or clunky. That's also the Page of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, the Knight of Pentacles a little bit here. It's it's leaning a little bit more positive than not, but that 3 of Wands could indicate that have a backup plan because it may not work out to your advantage, and also be willing to share information that they need to know in order to make a decision in your favor.
Yeah, I agree with all that. And so now when I look at that 3 of Wands reverse, this could be saying that there is a deadline on a certain, award to apply for, or a deadline to the process, and that could be the opportunity you might miss. So be aware that if there are any kind of stipulations like that, a deadline time-wise, or a certain protocol that has to be observed with the request, maybe you have to submit something with the request, and if you forget to do that, it won't work out. So there is a possibility. Did you still want to try the yes or no?
I don't know. I think I want to leave it with it
I do
being this
too.
way, because I think you know what you need to do here, maybe. So you said you're meeting with them Monday. So the thing is to, discuss financial options. Just lay it all out there and say, we could really use some, assistance here.
And ask them what you might need to help them with their decision.
Yeah.
What other factors they need to be aware of, or information they might need.
So I wish you luck with this. It is leaning, if I were to do a yes-no reading, out of this reading, I'm saying it's leaning towards yes, but it's not a definite yes.
Good luck.
So good luck with that.
And thank you, CJ. That's exactly right, pretty much. Someday we'll write the book.
Yes.
All right, and we are on Love Lou.
Hi, Love Lou. We'll write the book. Sure. Where's that book you were supposed to write?
Well, now I don't know if it's safe for me to write that book.
All right.
And I don't remember if Love Lou left us a question. So I'm going to look for it.
Yeah, it's one I didn't get either. They came later, so they should be, down the list. Not too far.
Oh, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
she
it's
said
a way
hello.
back.
I see hello. And that's it. I'm pretty sure.
Did you find it?
Nope.
Oh.
Just a hello.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. So, yeah. I am facing away from you. Sorry. Because I'm scrolling.
And I missed that even.
Yeah, okay, Love Lou, you've got a few moments to write your question if you're here. But if not, we're gonna assume you're not. I just want to remind everybody that our monthly modality message will drop this week. And not this week, but next week for everybody who is still here listening, which is a lot of you, we are going to be doing our past life, past loves reading. So not this week, but the last week in February, we will pick a date and we will be doing that.
We've done them on Fridays before,
Yeah.
so we're not sure that may be the day. The other thing is, she doesn't know this, so don't anybody tell her, but I plan on photobombing her in Material Matters
What?
one of these few remaining Sundays, just like she photobombed in the Emotional Exchanges. Well, we planned it, so you know it's going to be planned. But I'm going to help her with her Material Matters readings. I don't know when. It could be next Sunday or it could be the following one. So we'll see.
All right. Well, I'm always glad to have your insights, Mr.
Oh.
And your intrusions on my show.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
And finally, Love Lou, are you there? Finally,
Probably not.
I wanted to add something else and I can't think of what it was. Shoot. We really do need to do a WTF. There's so many things. The one thing I've been dying to do, but I'm not going to do, is looking into the Savannah Guthrie case. I'm not going to do it. I already feel this is not going to have a happy ending, being so much time passing by.
Yeah.
And I really did feel that way from the start anyway. Something really stinks about the whole thing. And some of my private cards have said that.
Excuse me.
But I do think there's plenty of other things to look at here. And so we've got to do a WTF soon, Mr. O.
All right, Love Lou. I guess we missed you this time.
Well, it's not the first time. It won't be the last. All right, everybody.
Bye, Angel.
Yeah, it did not go well.
Yeah,
No.
have to agree.
Something really fishy about the whole thing. But anyway, take care, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a good week ahead. And we will see you soon. Bye-bye for now.